just want to say a disclaimer. Jackson State, you are not going to walk away with every 4 and 5 star prospect that you end up on the final list for. Okay, so if you see yourself in the top 3, a top 5, a top 10, more than likely, you're not going to walk away with every single one of those players. But if you're able to walk away with 2 or 3 of them, that's a good damn spot to be in. And in this case, Jermaine Matthews, who you've ended up in the top 6 for, if you can get him, that would be a really big get. The reason why? Because he's a DB. We know Nugget is in his last year of eligibility before he goes to the NFL. You need somebody to replace him to pair alongside Travis. And although the DBs that you have already are really good, you always want to keep the best available on the field. You always want to get the best available from out of high school or the transfer portal or wherever Jackson State chooses to do so. So Jermaine Matthews is the #1 DB in the state of Ohio. Yeah, 4-star prospect. He is number 373 in the country, I believe. And of course, we're talking about him because he has Jackson State in his top 6 amongst very elite competition, right? So at 6 foot, 175 pounds, Jermaine Matthews is that guy. He's one of the most smoothest players that I've ever seen at that position. He's very smooth. See, at the position, like I said, he's ranked #1. He's ranked number 24 at this position. In the state of Ohio, he's ranked #1. Now, listen, he has a top 6 that includes Ohio State, the Buckeyes, Penn State, the Nittany Lions, they're in it. Oklahoma University Sooners, they're in it. Jackson State, of course, y'all should be very happy for that. LSU Tigers and the Cincinnati Bearcats. Now, a lot of these schools can make a big push for him. And the reason being is because they all have pitches, right? Even you guys, you have a strong pitch to give to Jermaine Matthews, but so do these other schools. Ohio State could arguably be DB University. LSU they're DB University right now. So they have that going for them. Oklahoma is just Oklahoma. I don't really think they have a chance because historically they've always been horrible on defense. So it'll be good for him for playing time reasons, but they've always been bad. They've been historically bad. So Oklahoma, Jackson State, you have the GOAT, the best player to ever play the DB position as your head coach, which is what got the #1 recruit in the country. And he can play alongside Travis Hunter. That'd be very fun. You have the culture to present to him. So you have a lot going for you as well. So I wouldn't count yourself out at all. LSU, like I said, they're DBU. And of course, Cincinnati, the last school on this list, who just put out a top 5 pick in Sauce Gardner to the New York Jets, right? So each one of these schools, except for Oklahoma, in my opinion, they have a lot going for themselves. Now, what's interesting about him, what's impressive about Jermaine, I should say, is that he runs a 4.35 40. He's fast. He's very fast. He controls things, though. And that's what I mean when I say he's a smooth cat. He really controls he controls the one-on-ones with him and the receiver. Let me say that. The way he's able to cover the receiver is not going to make him jump, and he ain't going to make him flinch. You're not going to fake this kid. The receiver, no matter how shifty you aren't going to route him and take him where you want to go. He's going to dictate things. And that just speaks to the great technique that he has on top of his speed, right? He is going to dictate things. And he's also physical, which plays a lot into that. So there's that. On top of that, man, he really just makes a lot of plays on the ball. I mean, I was watching this man's tape before I made this video, and I didn't even realize that I was like 4 minutes into his tape when I was, recording to show you guys. I didn't realize I was 4 minutes into this tape because every play after play, I was like, man, he really has skill. Like, he's a little advanced with his skill, and I like that about him. This is a guy who's been rising up recruiting boards kind of fast, and his ranking is going to be a lot better than what it is now by the time he's able to graduate. He is of the class of 2023, if I haven't said that earlier. But man, he showed out at the LSU camp, which is what got him that offer from LSU. He showed out at the Ohio State camp. You feel me? This man is really making a name for himself. He shows up in big moments. As far as his production, he has 44 tackles, 3 forced fumbles, 5 interceptions, and 2 punt returns for touchdowns. So he's very, very productive as well. And may I say that he really has a knack for stripping the football. I think it kind of reminds me of a little bit of Tyrann Mathieu. If you would go back and watch that clip that he stripped the ball from DeAnthony Thomas during that LSU and Oregon game, it kind of reminds me of that. When I saw his film and I saw those forced fumbles, I was like, no, he's really good at it. So this is a kid who any school would be lucky to have their hands on. He is a kid who has 40 plus offers, right? Jackson State coming into this thing late, kind of with LSU and these other schools. I don't know which way he's going to go. He's from Ohio, so maybe he wants to stay in Ohio after seeing Sauce Gardner go top 5. Maybe he wants to stay with the Bearcats. Maybe he wants to play for Ohio State. We don't know. I have no idea where this kid could go. Right now, people are saying that they wouldn't be surprised if he stayed in the state of Ohio. I think Coach Prime needs to pull out all the stops for him. I think that this is a guy who I would make a priority on my list if I was, one of the recruitment coordinators at Jackson State, but I'm not. So, we'll have to wait and see what happens. He is making a decision on my birthday on July 1st. So y'all look out for that. He's making a decision on where he's going to commit to. So, when that happens, if he commits to Jackson State, trust me, if I'm not the first one, Jeff Lightsey, somebody will report on it. Especially Blue. Blue is really fast. So, hey, with that being said, man, y'all are watching the CFL podcast. Let me know what you think about this guy down below in the comment section. Let me know the chances you think you have of landing this kid in Jackson, Mississippi. But with that being said, I'm out. Peace.